Hello guys and welcome to Mark Shrimp Tanks. Today we are on a mission to try and save these Frogbit. But can we? Let's see what happens. Okay, so we are on a mission to save these guys. These have been sitting on a windowsill in another part of the house and they're pretty much like getting worse and worse by the day. These are plants I bought online that I thought they were going to die anyway because I got them and they were badly frostbitten and there was basically nothing left. It was like just a bag of green mush. Right, but they did survive. Some of them grew back to being like normal Frogbit again. And I think I should pay more attention to these because they're going to die unless I take my finger out my butthole and start looking after them. Right, so the first thing I've done is I've removed them from the windowsill where they were because there's just not enough light now here in Norway. It is winter time. Right, so one of the things that we can do is basically give them more light. Right, so we're going to give this little tank a little clean out. There's nothing else in here. There's probably the odd snail. If I can save them, I'll put them into a tank. I like having snails. But in a tank like this, I don't want them. You can see why here. Look, you see this has been eaten through. Right, so we will also see if we can put some dewormer in this, some fenbendazole or noplanaria or something like that, right, to kill the snails or snail eggs that are in here. The other thing we'll probably do as well is, I don't know if you guys can see this, but on a lot of the leaves there's like a white mold. You see it? Now I know a good treatment for this is H2O2, and you guys will be saying, Mark, you love H2O2. Guys, it is like one of the best things you will ever have in a shrimp room, H2O2, because it can deal with stuff like this. I actually have some Salvinia over there that needs to be treated with the same thing. I've used it before for the same thing. It's just like plants go like this that are floaters that are in a still condition. Where there's like no water movement, there's nothing going across the leaf to clean it. You see how I'm pushing it down there and that white thing's coming off? There's nothing to clean the leaves basically. There's no rain. We're inside an artificial environment. In a shrimp tank or in a fish tank, you will have little bits of splashing, humidity, etc. On this, there's like nothing, right? So the first job we should do is give them some new water, I think. So this is fairly light, this thing. And the way I'm going to do this, guys, is I'm going to pass this through a bigger gauge stainless steel mesh. You see it like this? There's no shrimp or nothing in this, guys, so we are just going to basically change the water out. Change the water out and put some snail stuff in it, etc. I might actually just put everything in here in the strainer first. Maybe I shouldn't put all the green stuff in there, but that won't matter. There's no shrimp at all. I'm just going to quickly give this a little clean. Just a quick one like this. Just to get as much of the algae off. Doesn't matter if it's like super clean, guys, because it's just for plants. There's a couple of snails in here. Let's see if we can save that one. I try and save as many of the bigger ones as possible, but it's not always practical to do so. Right, because in this one, for example, I don't want them to be in here, right, so they will be exterminated. Right, so we have our tub clean. I'm going to go over here. Maybe I can put it here just so you can see. One momento, guys. Just until I get my head at my butthole. I put this here for you guys to see, and I'm going to grab my water, which is already running. Oh, I have another container here, guys. That's why I'm not looking at it, because I don't want you to see what I'm doing over there. We have a secret. Right, and this water is what I'd use in my other shrimp tanks. I hope you're okay looking just at my leg. I can see there's still quite a few snails in here. And we are going to treat this with something like noplanaria or fenbendazole. I have both. We'll see. I might use the newer one I have. I also have it in my store in case you guys ever need it. I'll probably explain a little bit more about that when we are doing it. Right, so you can see this is filling up. And try and turn over as much of the Frogbit as you can back onto itself, onto its proper side, I mean. It doesn't matter if it doesn't, because they will shoot out new shoots. And they will basically grow the right way up, right? So hopefully you're not looking at my groin and you are looking down here. We're going to put in a tiny amount of orchid fertilizer as well, because Frogbit can get quite hungry. When you see it dying off, like you will see, like there, that's probably because I've never actually fed them. I just wanted to see if they would survive, right? So that little tub is virtually nothing water-wise, 15-20 layers, right? So I'm going to put in 2 mil from here. Will that be okay, guys, you think? Let me just put it in over here. 2 mil is all they need, right? And that water is the same water I use in my other tanks here. It has a TDS of 150, this one. And we shall see if these guys can make it. I think they will. Alright, what else we should do while we're waiting is we have some fenbendazole. 20% fenbendazole, this is the stuff in my shop. Now this, guys, is, the package looks tiny, right? You see this? And it is, because this is meant to treat 30 litres of water 3 times in the space of a week, right? So if you bought this from my store, you get 3 packages like this to treat 30 litres of water. And then once you've done the treatment, it's all in detail here. You'd basically have no planaria in your tank. Within a few days, the planaria would be dead, hydra would be gone. If you have snails like what I'm doing here, it can take them a little bit longer to die, but for me it's worth doing in this with Frogbite, because the snails will eat Frogbite, right? So that's not what I want. Just let me show you over here, right? This is red root floor here. I have to do the same treatment with here because I can see the snails are starting to eat through this guy as well. And you're wondering why I have plants in containers like this. This is just for me for, I'm getting them ready for next year, for when I want to like start shipping plants more like this, right? So this is stuff I bought online and I'm growing it for myself with the aim to sell it. Alright, so this is filling up nicely. It's got its fertilizer in here. Let's get our little bag of fenbendazole in like this, right? And all you have to do, guys, with this is make sure you fill it up with water. Right, you can seal it if you like, just give it a little shake. If you shake it, it helps to dissolve the fluid a little bit better. You see it, because this is not always water soluble, this stuff. I've noticed that with no planaria as well, it's not really water soluble, so what will happen is it will collect all around the sides. Right, and this will treat this little tub aquarium thing. Any snail that comes across that as well will also have its lights put out permanently, I think. Right, so just empty your little bag, fill it, give it a shake, empty it. Right, and the dose in this is tiny, guys, right, so it's not really harmful for shrimp. Right, this is also meant for larger animals as well. If any of you ever want to know, it's a dewormer, does away with parasites and stuff, right, and it's quite normal for you guys to see all around the edges like this, right, and this will kill off, hopefully, any of the little pest snails in here, right, because I want to grow the plant. I don't want the snails to just chew away everything, right, so this is probably about enough water for this to recover from, right, so what will happen now, guys, is probably in another video you will see how much they've recovered. Now I know they will recover, because when I got them, as I said to you before, it was basically a bag of green mush, right, and I managed to save them to this extent, right, so I know how tough these little plants can be. Obviously they get a little bit bigger when they're in better conditions, but you will see that probably in a week or two once they've recovered, and I'll let you know what happens, okay? Happy shrimp keeping, guys, catch you in the next one.